Something I want to highlight is the cool photo sharing capabilities of SkyDrive. So as everyone knows, you just right click and press sharing and it's going to send an email. This is a photo album, so it's an album of only photos, and so it's going to share this to the email that I've specified. And instead of it just showing up as a link or with the icon of a folder or something like that, you're going to see, there we go, it's just come through. It's actually going to display the whole album as thumbnails, which is pretty exciting. And I can click on any one of these photos. It'll pull up straight into SkyDrive, and it'll pull up the whole album as well. One of the other things that I wanted to point out is that if you took a photo on a smartphone, it actually geotags the photo, so it marks the location where that photo was taken. So as you can see here, I actually can just zoom in precisely to where this photo was taken, which I think is pretty cool. I also want to show you a trick you can use to track the click-through rate of a link that you give to people. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is right-click and press sharing, per usual. Get a link. Make sure you shorten it. And then when you distribute this link, you can actually track how many people have clicked on it. So you can copy, distribute by email, by IM, Facebook, anything like that. Now if I navigate here, I add a plus to the end. As you can see here, I'm adding a plus to the end. It takes me to a Bitly page because we're integrated with Bitly. And I'll show you have one save because this link has been generated, but no clicks, no shares, nothing like that. Now I'm going to go here. Imagine this is someone clicking on this link, in their email, something like that. They go, they click this link, it pulls up the page for them, and then on your end, all you have to do is refresh the page, and immediately that click comes through. Hey, so the last thing I wanted to highlight was several ways of sharing that you guys may not know about. The first of which is through the desktop app. If you've installed SkyDrive for desktop, you actually can just right-click on a file, navigate to SkyDrive, and then share. Click that, input the information of email addresses, or you can get a link, and then share that like you would through skydrive.com. The other is actually using Office 2013, which I'm assuming most of you don't have at this point because it was only recently released, but you probably will be getting it in the near future. If you go to File, you can actually navigate down here to Share, and you'll see a lot of familiar options of ways of sharing that you can do similar to SkyDrive. So, invite people is the exact same thing. You just put in the message and it'll send an auto-generated email with a SkyDrive link. Again, here, like in SkyDrive, you can just generate a view link or an edit link. You can post from Office to a social network. All I would write was, hey, I'm sharing this document, whatever you want to say, and then post. It goes to Facebook. And finally, again, you can email out with a couple options as an attachment, again as a link, as a PDF, etc., etc.